Hello and welcome to RevSportz, and I've got with me a very, very special man. I've got Brett O'Reilly, who is the president of Lawn Balls, the World Association of Lawn Ball. But before I ask you about what you're looking forward to in Commonwealth Games and everything else, for us, lawn balls become a huge thing after Birmingham 2022. You said something behind the camera about that. Please.
Well, thank you. And I was there in Leamington Spa, and for me, that was the Bollywood moment for bowls in India. To see lovely Pinky, Nayan Moni, and Rupa win that gold medal was a very, very special moment. And I've been World Bowls President for the last 2 years. I think I've been in India 4 times.
Wow.
During that time, working with Sunana Kumari and Ravi Bengani and the team as we grow the game in India. And it's just so exciting to see so many Indians, young people playing the game and getting involved with bowls.
And I was about to, ask you to say that how much did that affect world lawn balls? Did that change something there as well?
I think it changed world bowls dramatically. I think people always felt that since the Delhi Commonwealth Games, which was really the rebirth of bowls in India, that India had the potential. But it was on those greens at Leamington Spa with the women's fours winning the gold and Dinesh skipping the men's fours to a silver medal. That was the awakening moment, not just for people in India, but for people around the world. And since then, we've just seen Indian players grow in confidence from that. Nayan Moni is ranked highly in our World Bowl series. Dinesh Kumar is now in the top 10 men in the world. So we just see it building all the time. And every time I come to India, I see more and more young people showing an interest in the game. And of course, here at the Commonwealth Games, we're playing bowls for the first time indoors, and hopefully showing how it might be played when we come to Ahmedabad in 2030 for the Commonwealth Games, something we're all very much looking forward to.
Absolutely. But, for the first time, as you said, it's being played indoors. So how much do you think that is going to affect the overall game, or does that change? Like, a lot of people will not be aware of, how the lawn balls work. So how much does it change from outdoor to indoor?
Yeah, it's definitely a significant change because outdoors, the greens in this part of the world tend to be a little bit slower. So these indoor greens aren't super fast, but they do take a different arc. It's a different set of conditions. You've got the crowd very close to you. We're going to have a DJ this year playing music during the games, and we're playing much shorter formats. So normally in the last Commonwealth Games, the games might have gone for maybe 2 hours. Yeah. Here the games are about an hour long. They're in sets. They're with a shot clock. So it's a much, much more rapid game, very good for television, very good for spectators. I think the players are adapting, but don't be surprised if there are some results that are a bit unpredictable. But I think, in India's case, the team have been in the UK for a long time practicing and preparing. So, I think India can be pretty confident that the players will do very well. But I think, already, as I've been talking to players today, I think people are expecting something very different.
And when the format changes, as you said, it becomes easier or probably good for the viewing because lawn ball does need that support.
Absolutely. I mean, we're a game that's thousands of years old. Since people were using a stone and trying to get it to another stone. So we want to make the game much more approachable for people, much more understandable, and the short format does that. Obviously having the games televised and in rapid form, we know that most people view content now in very short formats, so this lends itself to that. And I think playing inside in these kind of conditions, it'll be very exciting, quite dramatic, I think, over the next few days.
Before I end, just a few more questions. I think one thing is, how much has the corporate world responded to lawn balls probably over the years? How are you seeing that improving?
Yeah, look, I think bowls has fundamentally changed over the last few years. It's always been very much a community-based sport. A lot of people start playing bowls because of a family connection. That's how I started. But what we've started to see is bowls being used as a social game. Often families playing barefoot on a green, corporates using the game for team building. We even have some armed forces around the world now using bowls as a training method for critical decision making, because it is a thinking game. It's a target sport, but there's a lot of tactical elements. So I think those aspects of the game are being better understood by people, and as a result, we're seeing growth in playing members around the world, but also growth in people just participating in the game, and that's really important. It's good for the mind, and it's good to keep healthy.
Before I ask him, put him on spot and ask him how many medals does he think India is going to win in this games, I want to ask you that. See, the moment Glasgow 2026 starts, as a director, of course, your head will directly be at Ahmedabad 2030. So what is your vision in this next 4 years? What are you thinking about?
Well, we've seen enormous growth in bowls in the last 4 years. We had 43 member national authorities back in 2022. We now have over 90. And we're seeing a lot of smaller countries realising that bowls is a way that they can play at the Commonwealth Games. We have a record entry here. I'd like to think we will blitz that number in Ahmedabad, and we'll work together with the Ahmedabad organisers to ensure that we take every opportunity to find those small Commonwealth countries that can play bowls. It's very accessible. You don't have to have a bowling green. We can roll out a temporary facility like we're using here, so that it truly becomes a sport in the games that represents all of the countries of the Commonwealth. That's my dream. It's great to see small countries here like Niue.
Yeah, beaches of Falkland Islands.
Yeah, Falkland Islands. They started playing bowls using carpet in the corridor of a school 4 years ago, and now they're competitive on the world stage. So that's the opportunity. So we think of all of those small countries in Africa and the Caribbean, in the Indian Ocean, in the Pacific, that we can draw into the game, so they get an opportunity to have their moment in the sun, if you like, playing in the Commonwealth Games.
So before I end, the last question: how many medals do you think India can get from balls, and maybe gold predictions if you can?
Well, look, I'm supposed to be independent, as World Bowls President. One thing about the Commonwealth Games this time is we only have 4 open disciplines. So we have singles and we have pairs. So it's going to be a much tougher competition. I think any country that walks away with at least 1 gold medal will feel they've done very, very well with the quality of the field. But I think I wouldn't be surprised to see India at least come away with two medals. I think they have the potential to do that. And I've, of course, gone through the section draws and looked at how those sections sit, and I think that's possible. But what I will say, it'll be very keen competition. I think the standard, since we implemented the World Bowls Series a couple of years ago, which is a global circuit of events, we're seeing many more of the smaller nations players having an opportunity to play in those events. So the difference between the top nations and the smaller nations is becoming much narrower. So don't be surprised if I'm wrong, but I think India, they are now a serious power in bowls globally, and I expect that we'll see that reflected on the greens in the next 10 days.
In the next 10 days, as we predicted, we expect 2 medals. He is saying there could be 2 medals, puts India on a strong position. India half woke up to lawn bowls in 2022. Now in 2026, if we can get 2 medals, I feel more and more of us will learn about the sport, will get involved in the sport, and this can only get bigger. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
It will be great to watch lawn bowls. Super excited. Keep watching our coverage.